What's going on, everybody? Today's Swift tutorial is going to be all about adding a custom font into your project. Now, maybe you're building a game, or maybe you just want to add a little bit of fun to your app, but you can import custom fonts like this one to just spice things up a little bit. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so let's install this custom font. But as always, I want to give a quick run through of the starter project, just so you have some context as to what's going on. So as you can see in my main storyboard, I do have a label with Super Mario 64. I am going to show both Interface Builder and doing this programmatically in code. So you are going to see both ways in how this works. But for Interface Builder, just have a plain label. And then in code, you can't see it on storyboard because I'm doing it in code. If I go to my view controller, I do have just this, setup Mario label, just basic label stuff with font, text color, alignment, text, and then, just some simple constraints. And my text is huge because I have to up the resolution so you guys can actually see what's going on in Xcode. So anyway, that's it. Just a very basic label. So if I run this, we'll show you what I'm working with here. And you can see there's the done in code and then just the Super Mario 64 label. Okay, let's get to the meat. So first we have to find and download our custom font. So a site I use quite a bit is DaFont. You can see here they have all kinds of crazy fonts, but the search bar is over here, and I can just search for. So you can search for many things. So let's see, Star Wars. If you want the Star Wars font, search for that, and there you go. If you want to do some Star Wars stuff, but again, we are going to do the Super Mario stuff. So if I do Super Mario, go ahead and search for that. And so you can see you got some Mario Brothers fonts. Cool. I've already downloaded this Super Mario 256, but you would just hit download. It would go to your downloads folder, etc. So once you have that downloaded, oh, by the way, while we're on Safari, there is another site called iOS Fonts. So these are all the default fonts that are in iOS, and you can kind of see their exact names because a lot of times when you're using a font, you have to type in the string of the name, and you got to watch out for typos. So this is exactly how the font is spelled, and you can kind of see how it looks, and it's a huge long list of fonts. So a good resource I always use, iOS Fonts, just a little side note there. So back into Xcode here. I have already downloaded the font, so we have to drag it into our project. So the first thing I usually do is I create a new group for my fonts. Call this fonts, obviously. And if I go into my Finder here, you can see in my downloads, I have the Super Mario 256.ttf. That's the font file. Go ahead and drag it in, get rid of the Finder, copy items if needed. Make sure you add it to your target. That's a big thing. So custom font is my target. So this will be your app name. So make sure you add it to your target. Copy if needed and finish. And okay, cool. So now you can see I have Super Mario 256. There's the font. So it is now installed in Xcode. But now you have to let iOS know that, hey, I have this new font. Make sure you use it. So for that, you have to go to your info.plist. And then you have to add a property here. So at the top, you click this little plus button there. You're going to get a new thing, and then just start typing fonts, and you'll see it's fonts provided by application. That means the application is providing its own custom font. So you hit enter there, and this is just an array of fonts. So if I go ahead and let me click off that real quick, hit this little side arrow to drop down. You see item 0 is nothing, it's just a blank thing. So you have to enter the string of the file name. So in our case, it is Super Mario 256.ttf. So there you go. Now the plist knows about our font. So if I go to main storyboard, and now if I click on this and go to the inspector, go to custom font, I should see, system regular, no, never mind, I'm in the wrong thing. Custom, now I should see Super Mario 256 and my font drop down. Super Mario 256, you click on that, you get the font, and then you can adjust the size as necessary. Just the color if I want to, make it teal, whatever. So just doing that has it in Interface Builder. So for the Interface Builder side of things, we're done. You got your font. However, a lot of the times I find when I install a custom font, I need to access it via code. So now let's talk about that. And for that, we're going to go to my constants file. Now, every project I do has a fairly large constants file, things like colors, fonts, identifiers, stuff like that. This is obviously a more simple one. But so let's say static let Mario equal. Now, this is going to be a common pitfall I'm going to show you here. So most of the time, it is actually just the name of the font like you see in the file, so it'd be Super Mario 256. But in this case, it's not going to work. And to confirm this, here's a neat little trick. There's an Apple tutorial on how to do all this that I'll link in the description. You'll get this code snippet from there. But if I just go into my view controller, and then this is just temporary code I'm putting in, I'm going to delete it. But basically, I iterate through all the font family names in my app to get the actual name that I need to use in code. So if I go ahead and run this, in my console here, I'm just going to get a huge list of all the fonts with their font names printed out in my console. So here, and again, my text is huge. I apologize. Got to do that for the video. So you see here's the huge list of font names with their actual font name. But if you notice down at the bottom, you saw family Super Mario 256, font names Super Mario Galaxy. So this Super Mario Galaxy string is actually the name that I need to use in my constants file. Now, like I said, most of the time, the file name is going to be the font name you need. However, I've banged my head against this for many, many hours trying to discover this because I installed a font, just used the font file name, and it just wasn't working, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So that's kind of when I discovered this, and it's like, oh, it's not always the font file name. So go ahead and we'll do copy on Super Mario Galaxy there, and then let's go ahead and get rid of that. Stop running. Go ahead and delete this code. We don't need that anymore. And go back to my constants file. And now it's not Super Mario 256, it's Super Mario Galaxy. So now if I go to my view controller where my label code is, see how I have Mario label.font, UI font named, and then this is just the basic Avenir Next demo bold. So let's go ahead and replace that with Super Mario Galaxy. Font size 36, sure, and just say done in code. It's going to be red. Got all my constraints. So now if I run this, we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and run it. There you see, it's kind of small, but Super Mario 64 up there, and then done in code in my Super Mario font. And that's basically it. So that we showed you how to do it via storyboard, and we showed you how to do it via code. And again, the big gotcha here is that the name you need to use in code is not always the file name, but most of the time it's going to be. So just use that code snippet to verify and you'll be good to go. So that's that, just a few simple steps, and now you have your own custom font into your app that you can use however you like. If you found this at all useful, go and hit subscribe. I put out new videos all the time.